Yes, sir. Yo, 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 yo. We right here at the Miami ManCave Show. This is DJ O. I'm in here with the host, the most, Mr. Jeff Fox. Jeff Fox, talk to the people, man.
What up, DJ O?
What's good?
Thank you. Welcome to the Miami ManCave, everybody. This is season 2. It only gets bigger and better from here. Like we said, we had a great first season here on the show, but now we're doing it and we're taking it to another level, all right? My first guest in season 2, I had to dig way back in the crates and pull out an icon, a legend, a hip-hop legend. You know what we all about it right here at the Miami ManCave. But this brother right here is from Beantown. He's one of the originals. Every hip-hop star you heard about today owes this man. And I'm talking about none other than the great Benzino. Welcome to the Miami ManCave.
Rock and roll was a black thing until Elvis came and made it different. You can't self-sustain, you too selfish. Wait and listen. You keep saying my name, you put yourself in this position. This what happens when the Celtics play the Pistons. I was minding my business. You wasn't making any type of noise these days, so a choice was made.
My brother, welcome, man.
Good to be here, brother.
Yeah, man. Yes, sir.
Man.
Throwback right there.
Wow,
Benzino, everybody.
That got to be best intro I ever got. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you, Pops, man.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations on everything, bro.
Thank you, man. Thank you,
doing
man.
Your thing, man. For real.
You know, I just put in a call, and you just stepped up, man, like you
Come
always
on,
did
man.
for us, man. You
Especially
know, we
Dade.
go way back,
Yeah,
man.
especially Miami, Dade. You know, it's like a second home for me. you
Yeah.
know. So as soon as you called, I couldn't wait. I got here early.
Yeah. I mean,
I got here early. So,
Yeah.
yeah, man. I love it, man. And first guest on the second season.
yes, sir. That's you. Legendary status, man.
I mean, you see, I came prepared. You know.
I mean, that's the only thing wrong with it. You got on the damn Celtic jersey.
You see, I
but
came, you know what I'm saying, prepared, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know if you want to congratulate me for the championship now or towards the end.
I see what happened was,
You know.
Congrats on the chip, man. You guys deserve it.
I mean,
They deserved it.
man.
They deserved it.
Come on. I mean, what a team. It's almost like the Avengers. I mean, think about, we're like the basketball Avengers right now.
Yeah.
Our starting five is, literally a all-star. They're all all-stars.
Yeah, I remember the battles with the Heat down here are legendary. Goes way back to when LeBron and
The Heatles.
the Heatles, you know,
Heatles.
and they've been fierce. So
Brown and Paul Pierce back, it was, man.
yeah, when I was on the radio, man, and you would always call with your Celtic talk, and I was like,
Always.
cut his mic.
Because I'd be down here,
Yeah.
because I was living down here. And then I'm a big sports radio guy, man. I love sports radio, and it's funny because sports radio really kind of set the tone for all these podcasters. To be honest, because they was the first to really have that entertainment with talk radio combined, and I used to just love it, man. I used to just love hearing you talk, and sometimes I'd have to just get up in there because it was just too much heat conversation.
Yeah.
You know, man.
It was you and Ronnie DeVoe from
Okay, Ronnie. Yeah,
they
'cause
would always come and talking that Boston shit, man. And
listen,
be like,
we love our teams, man. One thing about Boston, we love Bruins, Red Sox, Patriots, and Celtics. Man.
Yeah.
Like, we're diehard, and I mean, that whole Patriots run, people don't realize before that, and kind of pre-Drew Bledsoe, we suffered. We was bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shout out to Steve
Grogan.
But other than that, man, we was, we had some good players, but we just couldn't, man. That 85 loss to the Bears was
brutal, man.
That was crucial, man. That was, but man, we came and we broke some records, and man, I'm kind of watching Tom now being a broadcaster, it's different for me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He still looks like he could get out there and play, honestly.
Well, my Raiders, he's part owner of the Raiders now.
So that's something.
And, I wouldn't mind throwing him out there because we got some dude named Gardner Minshew who sucks.
You know what, though, about Gardner? One thing about Gardner remind me of like a poor man's Kirk Cousins. Like, Gardner has he has his moments.
Yeah.
He knows how to play the game. He's a different type of guy. you really want him as a backup on your team,
Right.
to come on in just in case. But he can throw that ball. I'm not mad at him. I know that the Raiders are trying to get Dion wants Shador to go there.
Shador, yeah.
That'll be
That's
something.
on my Christmas wish list.
What do you, let's say you guys have what, sixth pick, maybe 6, 7 pick. If it goes the way it keeps going, you think?
Yeah, I hope he pulls the Eli Manning. I'm not going to that team. I'm not going to that team. Not going to that team.
I want to go to the Raiders.
I want to go to the Raiders. So I hope he does that.
You think he'll go? You think he'll be the first quarterback?
He or what's the other dude?
From
Cam.
Texas. What about Texas? The guy from Texas.
It's either gonna be Shador or Cam.
Really?
Yeah. One or two.
Okay.
I don't think nobody else is up in it.
How tall is Shador?
Shador should be about 6'2".
6'2", okay.
6'2", maybe 6'1".
That's my team.
Yeah.
Man, Colorado, I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I've ever followed a college team like I followed Colorado these last 2 seasons.
Everybody's on that bandwagon.
Ain't that something? Ain't
Yeah.
that something like, Dion really brought, the eyes on college football in a way that never has been done before.
Yeah.
And you got to give him his flowers for that, man.
No doubt. I got to give you your flowers, man, because you came here, the something gear, you guys are fresh off a chip, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to lie to you, bro. I envied you guys from Beantown. I hated everything Boston. I hate the Kennedys, the Bruins, the fucking Red Sox, all of you guys, man, because all you do is win.
From the words of Miami native DJ Khaled.
All you do is win.
Win, win, win.
Like, what did that feel like, bro, as a Boston sports fan?
Right.
To just get chip after chip, the Patriots back to back. Then you finally vanquish the Yanks.
I was 11 years old when my pops took me to see Louis T on pitch.
Yeah.
For the Red Sox.
Yeah, old school.
11 years old, man. I got to take a picture with his dad. In Boston, they go hard for their sports. The city really prioritizes sports. And you got to think about it. It's such an old city that all of the teams were like the original teams when all the leagues came.
Right.
Almost. So it's like it has a great history, and a lot of championships. Listen, the Celtics we got 19 now. 19 championships. The Red Sox, we was in a drought for a while before we, thank God for Big Papi, before came back, 3-0, man, and just won it. That never been done before, so, and still hasn't. So the Bruins, I remember Bobby Orr back in the day, and those Boston is a real kind of Irish Italian town, so they love their hockey, and the Celtics, come on, man, I can go back. Cornbread.
Yeah.
Tiny.
Yeah, the Showtime and what's that sweatbox guy played in the Garden?
Yeah, stories that Bobby Brown, I was in a group called the RSO, and Bobby Brown had, the first time that we ever did like a big concert in front of a big crowd was, he brought us out, he brought my group out at the Old Garden.
Right.
I played the Fleet Center with Made Men, but the Old Garden, we ended up going out there. Bobby brought us out to the Old Garden. Shout out to Bobby Brown, man.
See, a lot of folks don't know the history, man. That's why I'm glad you're here on the show today, because I want people to know how important you are. And I know you're humble with it, but bro, if it wasn't for you, there's a lot, you and Dave Mays and all the guys
Dave Mays,
at the Source, man, there's a lot of history there, man, like real hip-hop history, not just New York, but Miami, Atlanta, the whole country.
I'm going to give all the flowers to Dave, because in '88 he came up with the one-page newsletter for his local station. He was going to Harvard. My DJ was DJing, and Dave came up with the idea of, just having one piece of paper that can go out to the labels and go out to the different people, and it had like the top 5 songs, and it had an interview from Karis One. And he just had an idea that hip hop needed to be covered. At that time, rock and roll had Rolling Stone. Mm-hmm. So Dave kind of always looked up to Jan Wenner, the publisher of Rolling Stone, and just had an idea that he could do that with hip hop. And man, we was there 18 years together. 18 years later, man, we almost 200 covers and 7 Source Awards, 3 TV shows.
Wow.
Yeah, man, we accomplished a lot, man. It was a hell of a ride, hell of a journey. We grew as hip hop grew.
Yes.
You know, by the time the 80s had came, hip hop was probably, at 88, hip hop was already like 15 years old, So, but it was just reaching the stages where other parts of the country and radio stations were just kind of like paying attention to it. You still had people going against it in different spots, and like the government wasn't with it, of course.
I remember C. Dolores Tucker coming to talk.
Yeah, man.
And
Eazy-E and the lyrics, and
yeah,
rest in peace to both of them. But just like anything in America or anything that you want to develop, you have to go hard with it. And hip hop came from the streets of the Bronx, real poor conditions, and the guys came up out of it and made something a $1 trillion industry now that is. I mean, where would we be without hip hop, Fox?
The biggest music in the world, the biggest genre of music in the world. Yes. Did you have an idea back then, when you and Dave started what you were doing back then, that it would grow to become this?
Nah, one thing about, me anyways, I can speak for me. I'm sure Dave probably will say yeah, but with me is I just take everything as the moments go.
Right.
Whatever the moment is, let's get the best out of it. I try not to think what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? I just give it my all, whatever I'm doing, whatever it is, whatever's the situation, just give my all for the moment just so that we can keep it going. But I didn't have an idea of the journey. I think the journey was something that it was just exciting, just every day waking up and, being a part of a magazine that turned into, really something. I mean, we was the internet before the internet.
Yeah. There was Right On magazine back then.
Word Up.
Word Up. Yep.
Shout out to Cynthia Horner.
And we were all used to that. I remember we used to get our records.
Yeah.
From record pools.
Record pools.
You know what I'm
used to
saying?
get my record from record pools. Long plain ones, like 9, 10 minute. Because people don't understand. Hip hop really came from disco.
Yeah.
And when the record pools started, like in those 70s, they was pushing a lot of disco. Hip hop started with the DJs.
Right.
People don't realize it wasn't, if it started in 73, it wasn't too many people rapping in 73. It was all DJs cutting disco records and fast-paced records, and it just morphed into what it is now: graffiti, breakdancing, fashion. Back then, those were the elements of hip hop, DJing, rapping, and it just kept growing and growing and growing. And then once it started hitting the suburbs, and the suburbanites start getting it. Well, that's it now. Well, now you got something that the fire is too big to put out at that point.
Yeah, and you guys always felt like, the American Music Awards and
Grammys,
the Grammys and all that. They kind of shitted on hip hop a little bit.
All the time.
You know what I'm saying?
All the time.
And you guys were like, fuck that. We're gonna do what we want to do. We're gonna do it ourselves.
They just didn't know. It wasn't, I think their intentions were in the right place. They wanted to honor something that they seen has the buzz, has everybody going crazy. They just didn't have the people up there who knew what they was doing. In hip hop, you have to live it. You have to be involved with it to really understand it.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean you can't listen to it and enjoy it. But if you're gonna be a part of it, and surely if you're gonna be giving somebody awards for it, you should really do your research, be a part of it. You have to be with the people.
Yeah.
It's not the music, it's the people that are making the music. And I just felt like the Grammys, they were on a whole different level of life, and they just didn't want to, and I'm sure they're thinking, come down from their high horse to really even see what the people within the struggle of hip hop were about.
Yeah, you remember when the award shows came on? And we wanted to see who won the best rap or whatever. Right. It'd be over with. They wouldn't even show it on TV.
Right.
They would just announce it.
They used to have best hip hop award and best rap award.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell was that?
Lame.
What was that? We didn't understand that. So we came up with, we said, look, we're gonna acknowledge our own, and we came up with the Source Awards. 1994 was the first one. Bernie Mac hosted it. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Was at the
iconic
Madison Square Garden. But then the next one, the '95 one,
right,
was probably when. And I've been working on a documentary for the 1995 Source Awards, and been working on it for about a year now. Myself and Man Robinson and the Horn Brothers, and we're all, it's that night is when really changed hip hop forever, because prior to that, hip hop was really a lot of New York, and then LA came with their thing. So everywhere else in the country didn't really have an identity. That night was like the first night all these guys from all over the country, Midwest, you had Twister and Do or Die and Crucial Conflict and Bone Thugs, and then you had your West Coast guys, the whole Death Row, Ice Cube, and of course New York, because it was at Madison Square Garden. You had people from Florida, and then you had Andre 3000 and everybody from the South and Goody Mob. So that night, when you look at what happened, after that night is when hip hop really took off. And we're just gonna focus. The interviews I got are amazing, and it focuses on that night and all the kind of like the backstories of what was going on, the beefs, the problems. But yeah,
I heard a lot about it, man. Like everybody heard about it, and as a matter of fact, that's a great idea that you're doing a doc on it, because that one night in hip hop history changed
it forever.
Everything.
Changed it forever. And that's when, I mean, come on, Fox, like, think about it. If you're a kid in Cleveland, you know what I'm saying, everything has been coming out of New York and LA, then you finally see somebody like, oh man, Bone Thugs at the Source Awards. It not just changed it for the artists, but changed it for the people of color across the country.
Yeah.
To say like, wait a minute, we can get on TV. Got to give people hope, man. People in the struggle, the only thing that they really need is hope.
Yeah.
And as long as they're striving for that, then they can make themselves, they could turn this situation into a better situation. And I think that night, really caught the attention of everybody around the world, actually.
Welcome back. Season 2 of the Miami ManCave Show. Make some noise, everybody. Make some noise for yourselves. Yeah. So this year we're doing something a little different. We've got our first poolside performance, and we're bringing none other than a great friend from season 1, WynwoodSpitta is in the house. WynwoodSpitta, make some noise. Yeah. Welcome, my brother. What's going on, man? Glad to have you back here to Man Cave season 2, episode 1, man. You about to do a little something for us.
Little one, too. I'm about to, do me, do what I do.
Talk to me about who WynwoodSpitta is, in case they don't know.
WynwoodSpitta is a music artist, content creator, entrepreneur, motivator, but most importantly, I'm a child of God, you feel me? Yeah. And I'm just an indigenous man in the U.S. land, you feel me? No and that's what we do. That's what I'm here to do. Here to show y'all what I
do. Yeah, before we got started here today, we pulled up at the same time, right? And the lady stopped by. She was just passing by. She said, "Oh my God, you're so beautiful." That's never happened to me. What does that feel like when you go and the women just fall out all over themselves?
I mean, it feels good, Like, I'm a humble person, so every time that it happens to me, I don't believe it. You feel me? But it does happen, and I'm just grateful. I'm blessed.
You put in a lot of work, though. Yeah. I mean, look at the scrubbing board, everybody. Like, I got a beer belly, and how can I get to look like you, bro?
Man, I just be in the gym. I always promote health. You feel me? Health is wealth. I don't care how much money you got. If you a millionaire and you about to die at the age of 40, like, it's pointless of being rich. You feel me? So just got to stay healthy, eat good, and just exercise.
Health is wealth. That's what they tell me, right? All right, everybody, check out my man, WynwoodSpitta. He's about to blow up the poolside. Make some noise, everybody. WynwoodSpitta. It's on you.
It's your girl Trina, a.k.a. the baddest chick.
Let's go, yeah. Live in effect, live and direct from Dade County 305.
Shout out to my man, WynwoodSpitta.
Shout out Trina.
Brand new record called Touch
Baddest. It's here for the ladies. Let's go. Touch me, tease me.
Put it on my face, baby, feed me. Lick it up and down, make you ski all night long. Touch me, tease me. Put it on my face, baby, feed me. Lick it up and down, make you ski all night long. Put it on me, put it on me. Give me that brain, I'm a zombie. Put it on me, put it on me. Yeah, put it on me, put it on me. Give me that brain, I'm a zombie. Put it on me, put it on me. Yeah. When she put it on me, it make my my body weak. I'ma lick her up and down until her body leaks. I'ma turn her ass around and I'ma crack them cheeks. When she give me that brain, I don't feel no teeth. She put my hand on her head so she can go more deep. Take a ride to the keys while I drive the Jeep. She give me top in the Jeep with the top off. She a freak, so she do it with her top off. Her ex-man was a lady, was a knockoff. Our chemistry is on fire like some hot sauce. She coming from the bottom, so she understand the struggle. And she love the way I grind, cause I get it off the muscle. She got my back like my spine. Bonnie and Clyde, she gon' hold my fire. She got my back like my spine. Bonnie and Clyde, she gon' hold my fire. Touch me, go ahead and tease me the way you please me, baby, don't you leave me. What I said? Touch me, go ahead and tease me the way you please me, baby, don't you leave me. Yeah, touch me, tease me, put it on my face, baby, feed me. Lick it up and down, make you ski all night long. Put it on me, let's go. That right there. It's called Touch Me, baby. That's right. Grab her by the neck while I stroke it. Sexual connection got us soaking. I'm deep up in that pussy like the ocean. I'ma beat it like a drum in slow motion. I make her come first, then I arrive late like a bad day. She throwing lingerie like the rope play. She say the pussy mine, but I know it ain't. Then we'll beat the pussy up and knock it out the frame. First I eat it, then I beat it from the bike. Then I flip it like a kilo of that white. And on top, have her legs up, pointing to the sky. Let her pipe right, let her know I'm that guy. Yes, I'm that dude. She get nasty like unseasoned food. She a hoe when we in the bedroom. She a lady in the streets, freak in the sheets. Hold her breath while I'm deep. Touch me, tease me, put it on my face, baby, feed me. Lick it up and down, ski, let's go, let's go, let's go. That right there is called Touch Me, hosted by Trina, the one and only, the baddest, the Miami Queen. Yeah. Moving on to the next. This right here called No Better Love, cause ain't no better love than a real one. You hear me? An exclusive, non-release. And I'm tired of that fake. Shout out to the Miami ManCave Show. You see the vibes? Poolside. That authentic shit. Ain't no better love than a real one. Ain't no better love than a ride or die. Ain't no better love than a soul connection. Ain't no better love. Ain't no better love than one that's authentic and genuine. A combination of us, we no longer are separate. We ain't even gotta speak, we communicate through our energy. I help you excel, you help me become a better me. Real love isn't easy to come by, and sometimes the definition of love might be different from theirs. They think you know love, but they can never compare. Love hard, even with a heart full of tears, heart full of scars. Time after time, you've been broken apart, but you're never gonna stop being the person you are. You see the beauty in people and look past all the flaws. Soul ties, no lie. Put in the yoke as I hit it from behind. Whisper in the ear, this pussy in mine. Spit in her mouth, then I'm tonguing her down. Oh, let's go. And a real one, ain't no better love. And a ride or die, ain't no better love. And a soul connection. Ain't no better love. Ain't no better love. Let's go. Ain't no better love.
Slide with it.
Baby, you're my person, I'm far from perfect, but I'm far from worthless. Take this risk with me and I'll show you I'm worth it. I treat you like royalty cause you deserve it. Yeah, nah, lay your head on my chest, fall asleep to the beat of my heart. You brought light in my life when I stood alone in the dark. Let's go. And a real one, ain't no better love. Ain't no ride or die, ain't no better love. And a soul connection. Ain't no better love.
Jump with it, jump with it, jump with it, jump with it, jump with it. Somebody jump with it. Go ahead and jump with it. Go ahead and jump with it, jump with it, jump with it. Go ahead and stick. Go ahead and slide. Go ahead and stick. Go ahead and slide. WynwoodSpitta's, y'all.
Let's go, baby. No better love.
No doubt. We're talking with the great Benzino here on the Miami ManCave Show, Season 2, Episode 1. Jeff Fox here. And you know what, man? I remember from way back then, athletes, because we come from the sports radio.
Right.
But athletes always wanted to hang with the hip hoppers.
Right.
And the hip hoppers always wanted to hang with the athletes. And it's still like that today.
I think 75% of all football, basketball players low key be trying to rap in their house.
Yeah.
They got a home studio and of course a lot of everybody grows up in the hood playing basketball at some point.
Yeah.
Whether you played it for your school, college, professional. I used to try to get out there, shoot my little threes back in the day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I played junior varsity for the Jeremiah Burke, but I didn't make it past that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't make it to varsity. But yeah, man, I think it's and then when, everybody, like when you're looking at, again, guys like Odell Beckham, I mean, we can go back to Shaq, Shaq and the Fushnikins.
Yeah.
But
AI,
you could just look at how hip hop and guys that were professionals kind of helped transcend hip hop also within the NBA and within the NFL. When you look at now wearing all them chains and everything while they're playing, that comes straight from hip hop.
Yeah.
The baseball players, the football players, they're allowed to wear their gold chains now. And there's Dame Dollar, Dame got some
Dame
lyrics.
got lyrics, man. He got
Dame
bars.
lyrics,
He
got bars. I remember who's the one that was always intimidating LeBron? Lance Stevenson. Lance Stevenson.
Yeah.
I mean, we can go on and on and on, man, but it's just, hip hop is in all of us. You know what I'm saying? Fox, I'm sure you done spit a couple lyrics
I
here.
actually dropped an album before. It didn't do nothing.
That's all right, though.
Fresh Kid Ice from Two Live Crew. That was my man. He was in the video.
Come on, Fresh Kid Ice, man.
So I did a show in Philly called One House Street, downtown Philadelphia. With I think LL was there.
Okay.
And, Muhammad Ali's daughter. What's her name?
Oh, okay. Layla.
Yeah. So, but you guys made an impact. Made men, let's talk about that. Where you guys came from, and the other thing that I was really happy about getting you on the show about was how come we can't seem to separate street from the music?
Well, I mean, because the streets and the music go hand in hand.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the people from the streets are doing the music. The thing about it is, when we came up, and even with gangster rap was kind of made off the premise of, this is, okay, we're living, and these are the conditions, and we're gonna rap about it. Mm-hmm. This is what we're going through. Not necessarily, I wouldn't say doing it to glorify it. I just think that when it caught on, it just glorified, everybody was glorifying it, just a way of life. Like, when you go to the movies and you see the gangster movies, people just get a rush out of watching dangerous situations, and it's no different from when gangster music came. Nothing like that had been done in music before.
Yeah.
Not in R&B or any music to where you're rapping about these situations that when an audience listens to it, they start getting a rush and they start really being intrigued from the danger in it and the excitement of the rawness in it. And I think what happened was it really influenced these kids, and I hate to say this, it's unfortunate I have to say this, but in a negative way, because now what these kids are doing, and with the internet, what they're doing is they're going out doing the craziest stuff, then rapping about it because they want the image of it shown. See, back then, music videos were music videos. Now with the internet, it's pretty much the internet is guiding hip hop. So not only I'm gonna go out here, shoot somebody, then I'm gonna go to the studio and rap about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna make a video about it, and that type of mentality is that, I hate to say it, that's just not it. That is bad. And if, I want to send an apology out to hip hop and everybody out there, because I feel like the stuff, the music that I was doing back then, and I'm 59 years old now and I can say it, but the music I was doing back then and seeing these kids killing each other from it, it just makes me feel bad that I was doing that. Now I don't regret it because that's hip hop and that's what I was doing, but I'm kind of torn, Fox, because I'm watching these kids all over the country, more so in Chicago with that drill rap, and it's everywhere else. Mm-hmm. And hip hop is just being used as a tool to kill each other and to hype each other up, to kill each other, and it's conditioning their minds in a bad way. And I just, man, you know, I didn't think that rapping about the things I was rapping about was gonna lead up to this.
Right.
So, you know, I got sons and I want my sons to live forever.
Yeah.
As long as they could. And I just see these young guys, 16, 17, 18, killing each other, and it's based around rap, and I just feel bad about that.
Yeah, you know, it's funny that you say that because it all started, you know, even in the old days. Remember KRS-One lost his DJ, Scott LaRock. And when stuff happened back then, it would shock us. Now it became the LL Kumo D beef on Wax, even yourself getting into it with M back in the days. That's kind of what hip hop is, though, because Chuck D, I spoke with Chuck a while back, right? And I was like, you know, what do you think of today's hip hop? And he was like, surprisingly embraced it.
You know? I mean, I'm just worried about the community. You know, music second, community first, and we're losing lives of these young kids, and it would be irresponsible to think that hip hop has nothing to do with it. It would be irresponsible for adults to think that the music has absolutely nothing to do with it. Now, I'm not saying it has everything to do with it, because there are a lot of things, the conditions, the system, yes, but you know, we gotta call a spade, and there's a certain energy with this music that these young kids don't know how to kind of separate themselves from. And if we don't have the voice, there's no voice to explain the separation to them. So then, you know, we're just gonna sit back and just keep allowing it to happen, just keep listening to music and while they're killing each other. It's just a different time right now, and it's just a weird feeling, you know. But
you guys, you know, hip hop is multi-faced.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
There's the party, like that joint DJ Rock the Party. That's the first time I heard of Benzino.
Miami is the catalyst for party music and having a good time music. Miami really never got into drill music, that type of drill music. Now, don't get me wrong, these kids in Broward, and these, you know what I'm saying, they're great artists, but it's the same thing, you know, like, you know what I'm saying, like you said, like there's other lanes of music, but man, I just wish that we could just, you know, figure it out to like you said, get it back where it's on wax and not so much in the street. You know, because, you know, I mean, hip hop is done so much for us, man, and we want it to continue just to, you know, progress us, you know.
No doubt, homie. The great Benzino.
Yes, sir.
You know, you wanna.
Yeah, I have a question for you. I know you've been around the game for a long time, and you've seen a lot of different phases of hip hop. Since we're on the subject of hip hop, you know, without discrediting any other era, in your opinion, what was your favorite era of hip hop?
Oh man,
great question. Man.
Yeah, it's a good question. You know, I like where it all began. You know what I'm saying? Like the real. Back in the 70s to the 80s, because that's when it was pure and it was really fun for me, personally. It was fun, enjoyable. It just was a part of my youth growing up. It had a really positive impact on my life. It kept me alive. You know, I'm out in the street hustling, I'm doing my thing, but then hip hop is what really kept me, you know what I'm saying, going to studio, practicing. You know, I didn't have, you know what I'm saying, it split my time to where I'm not in the streets 24 hours. I'm now doing hip hop, I'm doing other things, I'm traveling, I'm doing things that I would have never done. So I would say that to me holds the most dearest and the value to my heart. Gotcha. And that music. Right. Like all that music, Super Rhymes, Count Cool Out, you know what I'm saying, Grandmaster Flash, Crash Crew, I mean, Treacherous 3, I can go on and on. That music was amazing. Everything that Sugar Hill did, you know, I mean, we can go on, and it was just a great time, you know.
No doubt. When you guys came out of Boston, how were you embraced nationally? Like New York in particular, like, because I felt like a lot of times other artists from other cities were put down because you weren't from New York. If you weren't from New York, you weren't happening.
Nah, well, you know what?
Is there any truth to that?
Back in the day, as time went on, hate started to grow. Back in the day, it wasn't too much of that.
Yeah.
People give you a chance, man. It just wasn't a lot of, oh, he ain't from here and he's not from here. I didn't run into too much of that, you know?
Yeah.
You know, for the most part, as far as the audience or the people wise, they were receptive to just hip hop. It wasn't too much of a crabs in the barrel mentality, or right now it's so saturated that it's like, and everybody's doing it to where, you come out of town and people are looking at you crazy if they don't know you because their homeboy raps. So why should their minds, why should I support you if my homeboy rap? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But no, man, I think back then the arms were open more, for everybody.
Yeah.
Back then.
The Jacksons were never trying to run up on the Osmond brothers and the Isley brothers, all the families, Silvers and everybody, all those old school families.
James Brown, and I remember George Clinton had problems.
Yeah.
That's when they made, take it to the stage then.
Yeah.
I heard they had little issues going back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think we're a competitive people.
Right.
So whoever's on top, everybody else is definitely going to have a little for. That's what
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like my DJ, man, he got mad skills, man. I'm coming in here, ready for the Man Cave, ready for episode 1. And he's got the flavor going, with the hip hop. That's what it's
that
like.
Energy. Got that energy. But Miami DJs always, people don't understand. Miami, because when I lived down here, I noticed the BPMs and the DJs know what that is.
Yeah.
Are a lot more faster down here.
Yeah.
So I remember the first time I came here, and I remember it was the RSO, and we was on like this tour. And we was in a little van, and we came here. It was the first time, so we went. It was like we're going to the radio station. So we going through like somewhere. It looks like we damn near in the Everglades. I'm like, where the fuck are we going?
Right.
So I remember we got out, and there was an antenna in the tree. And you know what I'm saying?
Oh, I know where you're going.
Right?
Underground.
Man, so I was like, this is crazy. Then there was like a little like hut. And that's where it was, and we went in there, and he was. That was the first time we ever heard that. And it was like, whoa, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was you know what I'm saying? So I already knew right then and there. Then when I started to do my like research, people from Miami are from all over the Caribbean, or from all over, and it's just that music is just uplifting, fast. People want to dance, and I think that's what crept into Miami hip hop. Right. And Miami DJing. So
no doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt. I mean, we owe it all, to the culture, man. It all started here with Uncle Luke, the Party Down DJs. And
Atlanta took a
DJs.
lot from Miami back in the day.
Yeah.
Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, man. Like, people don't realize that Miami influenced Atlanta a lot. And a lot of people don't speak on that,
Yeah. And let's go back to 95 real quick, because I know you mentioned the documentary, right? What was the mood like in the, where was it at?
It was at
95?
It was Madison Square Garden. Inside, there was a place called the theater, the Paramount Theater inside the garden.
Yeah.
So it was like there was the garden, but then there was like a theater, separate, smaller theater in there. That's
did you guys feel like some shit was about to jump off with Bad Boy in the building and Death Row in the building?
Listen.
And then, the ATL guys. I mean, it was just a whole, room full of energy. And there was a lot of hostility in the building.
God watched over hip hop that night because nobody got shot, stabbed, beat up. There was a lot of tension because, like I said before, a lot of these guys from across the country, this was the first time they've ever seen each other.
Right.
And everybody has their homeboys with them. Suge flew in about 100 people.
Wow.
Yeah. So of course it was tense. The tension, the most tension, of course, was Death Row and Bad Boy. But Ice Cube and Bone Thugs had issues, and Nas and Biggie, Wu-Tang and Biggie. There was a lot of situations going on in there. Quick and 8, MC8.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of things going on that people didn't realize. And I was right there front and center the whole time. It wasn't really until Suge said what he said.
Right.
All in the videos and
dancing.
Come to Death Row. That was when he said that, I think shocked the hell out of everybody.
It did, yeah.
Because after he said it, people were just kind of frozen. Like, they froze like everyone did, because I did. And it was like a moment where it's like somebody's going to shoot, someone's going to throw something, someone's going to. And then once that kind of first 5 minutes of nothing happening,
right.
Then it was like you could kind of like
exhale,
because if you would have seen the looks on people's faces in the audience, and at that time I was on there's the stage. I'm on the side of the stage where the curtains are, and I'm looking out to the audience. And I remember I went back in there because me and my guys were in there. Now, granted, you know, we had security. There was metal detectors, whatever. But come on, you know, people in there with straps, and I'm sure, you know, it was just like, damn, something's gonna happen. But the show kept going. I'm gonna give a lot of credit to Snoop because when Snoop kind of said what he said, kind of diffused it. Y'all ain't got love for Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre. We know we in New York in the house. He kind of confused people too because on one hand he's screaming at everybody with a mean face, but the words he's saying is like, look, we respect New York and we're here. We just want to do our thing, and you know what I'm saying. So I think Snoop kind of diffused it. I don't know if he was trying to. Maybe he was, but Suge wanted all the smoke, and I got to give credit. And I haven't even said this before, but I got to give credit to Diddy for that night. Because he could have took it away, because really, Suge threw the first blow.
Right. And if Brooklyn was in the house.
If Diddy would have been like, nah.
Yeah.
Nah, fuck that, we going to war with these dudes, and then he could have hyped up everybody in there, and it would have went down. He didn't do that. He chose not to do that, and he chose to perform. Both performances was amazing. Mine goes to Death Row only because they had the jail cells and they all came out. It was all of them. But I got to give credit to Diddy because Puff could have really set it off. You know what I'm saying? If he would have took what Suge said personal and then retaliated with something else, and he didn't.
I watched that episode like maybe 50 times. Or more.
No.
Like everybody's seen it. It's all on YouTube. You know, we watch it over and over again.
It was a moment in time. It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Yeah.
And you still feel that energy just watching the old videos.
Yeah.
And I would ask you, like, with the loss of the iconic ones like Biggie and Pac, what have we learned? Have we learned anything at all?
Nah, not at all.
Because shit still happens.
It's worse. It's worse now. Like, man, we don't have those leaders anymore. There's no gatekeepers anymore in hip hop. You know, Gen Z, they're not listening. And it's so disorganized, and streaming is robbing these artists ridiculously. You know, I mean, what they've done to the music and hip hop in general is just horrible.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And guys really need to be grateful if they are making money and you know, because it's a different time in hip hop now, trying to sell music and trying to have people listen to music. You know, there are a few people who are making a lot of money, but for the most part, there's a lot of people who are just kind of like chasing their tails.
Yeah.
Because they don't know how to really get this stuff played with this. Streaming still is fairly new. It's a new way. Back in the days, Fox, we bought CDs and cassettes, and we knew what we was getting.
Right.
A stream, you get point of a penny, and you don't even know what they're getting.
Yeah.
It's just, you know that they're making billions and billions in profit, but artists, just to make a couple of dollars, you got to stream millions and millions and millions of times. It just doesn't make any sense.
It does.
There's no regulation. There's no organization. Mm-hmm. And as for the people are just going for it. Back in the day, we would be rebellious. Right now, people would just go for whatever's said.
Yeah, you know, hip hop is worldwide now. I mean, all the commercials, the merchandise, the clothing.
It's everything.
It's everything right now.
It's everything. It's number
one.
one.
So you guys came along at a very, very important time in hip hop. And, you know, what are you doing nowadays, though? Like, you know, I know you're doing the 2-week thing. You mentioned that.
Yeah. But I'm doing matter of fact, I just signed on to do Bloodline 2 with Fence, big up to Fence.
Yeah.
Al, you know what I'm saying? Track everybody down there at Audio Vision. I just signed on to do that. Bloodline was like a real Miami Day classic. I didn't get killed, so, you know, I'm able to come back. Kilo get to come back.
Yeah.
I'm going to be in a bigger role. I love acting. I actually signed on to do 2 more movies next year. One out in South Carolina and another one in Detroit. And like I said, I'm working on the documentary. I've been working on the documentary for almost a year now. We're almost in our editing phase. And, you know, my son, my youngest, lives in Miami now. So I'm back and forth, you know, from Atlanta, you know, coming down here, spending time with Zeno. You know, I'm working with my man Tiger. You know, I plan on getting, you know, my feet wet in the podcast game, you know, one day.
Word.
I'm saying, you know, this year. But, you know,
always welcome here at the Man Cave, man.
Man, I'm coming back.
Always.
I'm coming back, Fox. Come on.
Always welcome here at the Man Cave, man.
Bro. For real, man. Nah, man.
So, again, I want to congratulate you on all the success, man. You keep reinventing yourself, which is what hip hop is.
Yeah.
It never gets old. It reinvents itself.
You gotta you gotta hustle, man.
Yeah.
Black people are natural born hustlers.
Yeah.
We are hustlers. That is our gift that God gives every race different gifts.
Mm-hmm.
Ours is we hustle. We make poverty look good. We turn nothing into something big.
Yeah.
So that's me.
Yeah.
That was me before hip hop, and that's gonna be me until I'm in the box. I'm just always gonna be a hustler. And as you hustle, you have to stay with the times. You have to adjust, adapt, and you don't want to be left. You don't want to be left in the back. You know what I'm saying? You want to be front and center, and and just keep it moving, man. Like my kids, they're all hip hop. Ray, Chavo, he's doing his thing. Of course, my daughter Coyle Ray. You know what I'm saying? She's done amazing things and doing amazing things. Taj and Zeno. So, man, Fox, I'm blessed, man. God is good, man.
I told my daughter before I got down here, I said, I'm about to go interview Benzino. She said, "You mean Coyle Ray, Dad?"
Yeah, that's
that's how she knows you.
What's so dope is that it could be a lady like older, and she'd be like, she'll remember. A lot of ladies remember from Love and Hip Hop. She'll be like, "Hey, Benzino," and then and say, "That's Coyle Ray's dad."
Yeah.
The daughter will say that.
Yeah.
The mother knows me, but I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? That's right. I'm Coyle Ray. I'm proud to say it.
Yeah. Let me ask you one final question, man. What would Benzino now? Because now I know you're in a relationship. You got a lady.
I'm in love. Hopefully getting married. Hopefully I haven't been married yet. Hopefully I got it out.
Yeah. That's love, man. Love. Congrats on that, man. Appreciate it. What would you tell young Benzino, the rock the party Benzino, or the one that hung out with the Benzino that hung out with Made Man, and the one that almost fucked Carl Pierce's world up? Yeah. What would you say to you back then? What would you say now?
Be careful on who and how you spend your money on and with, and how you spend it. I was always good at getting the money, but managing it was a different situation.
Shit, I had that problem.
Yeah. But that's, being a hustler, that's what you do. I get out there, I go sell what I got to sell, and I take my profit and I go buy what I want to buy, and then I don't have to have no money because I know tomorrow I'm going to do the same thing.
Right.
You can't, I realize as you get older, you can't apply that to everything in life. You have to put some aside, you have to invest properly, and these are things I've learned as I've gotten older. So I would just tell him, and then you got to be careful on who you're helping, because not everybody, and not that you're doing it for people to reciprocate it, but you won't be so disappointed later on in case you take a fall and then people just watch you fall.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You won't be so disappointed. It's not that, it's not that you did stuff so that in case you was down and out one day, people could do for you. But that's how I always, you look out, and if something happens, you want people to look out for you. And that's how I've always looked at life. But once I found out that's not like that, it disappointed the shit out of me. And, I had to grin and bear it, I had to understand it, and, so I would definitely tell younger Benzino that, because if I knew that back then life would be different now. But I don't have any regrets, man.
No regrets, man.
You keep it moving,
Hey, man, we appreciate you very much.
Appreciate
Everybody make some noise, Benzino! In the Man Cave! Yeah! Let's go! Appreciate you, man.
Look up in the mirror, right here from the pockets. Pull up at the spot, smoking in the parking lot.